Hello, my name is Kathy Saliba. I'm pleased to be able to present to you an overview of the Digital Signage Network project I've been working on for Champions Community College. In Segment 1, the following topics will be covered: a project introduction and an overview of Champions Community College. It is perhaps more for my benefit than yours, as it will give me an opportunity to identify information that may need further clarification. This segment wraps up with an overview of issues, limitations, and challenges facing CCC at this time. The purpose of this project is to successfully introduce a digital signage network to the Bowman, East Carolina campus of Champions Community College. I would like to take a brief second to thank the IT personnel at both CCC and USCCS for sharing information about your network during the preparation of this project. Your information has been quite helpful and will contribute greatly to the success of the project. This project document prepares CCC to launch a pilot digital signage network and provides the foundational pieces for expansion beyond the initial pilot project. Champions Community College is a 2-year comprehensive community college. The college has 2 campuses, one in Bowman, East Carolina, and another at Fort Lane Air Force Base. CCC prides itself on preparing students who want to transfer to 4-year colleges and universities. Current enrollment is approximately 3,850 students. There are about 190 full-time employees at CCC and approximately 100 adjunct faculty staff members. The college is part of the Upper South Community College System, which is a group of 18 colleges in 67 locations throughout East Carolina. The vision of CCC is to be East Carolina's premier community college. After reviewing the website at Champions Community College and after speaking with several people at the college, I have generated a list of 3 goals that appear to be very important to the school. First, increase student success. Second, increase student retention. And third, increase communications with students and employees. The start of each term at CCC is described as chaotic. Students stand in long lines for long periods of time to see student services personnel for things such as financial aid and admissions. Ineffective communications has been identified as a key cause for the chaos. The school's administration has set a goal to reduce the number of students missing the first day of class because of incomplete administrative tasks by 50% for the academic year 2011. As mentioned previously, CCC is part of the Upper South Community College System, or the System Office. The System Office creates and administers initiatives, policies, and procedures that affect all the colleges. Examples include the System Office negotiating software licensing fees with major software vendors. This buying power saves the individual colleges significant amounts of money in software licensing fees. Another example is the IT Responsible Use Policy, which affects all students, users, and visitors to USCCS schools. The colleges do have a level of autonomy as long as local actions do not supersede or contradict System Office policies and procedures. The schools are funded in part by state budget funds that are received by the System Office and distributed to each college. CCC has a board of directors. They are responsible for approving the college's yearly budget. Other revenue sources for the school are student tuition and various grants awarded to the school. The project document discusses the organizational structure of CCC in a bit more detail. However, I do wish to highlight that the Director of Information Technology does report directly to the college's president. CCC is experiencing the following challenges. A record enrollment. There has been a recent influx of new students, many who are non-traditional students who are receiving the opportunity to go to school as a result of industrial layoffs and plant closings. Many of these students lack technical skills, including general computer operations. Checking email is difficult for many of these students. Another challenge is the current state budget and subsequent constraints to higher education budgets. 57% of USCCS's budget comes from state appropriations. The system has endured several budget cuts over the past several years. The challenge is to stretch resources to serve increased student populations while remaining committed to innovative, flexible education delivery and attainment of future goals. The project document includes 4 workflows found at Champions Community College. I'd like to discuss one, the admissions workflow, in detail, as it is perhaps the best example of why there is a communication issue and how a digital signage network can help to improve the communication. A potential student at CCC applies to the college via an online application. The application is submitted and an employee in the admissions office reviews it for completeness. If the information is complete, the applicant automatically receives an account that can be used on the CCC network. The applicant's status changes from applicant to student not enrolled, or SNE. If the application is not complete, the applicant is contacted in regards to the deficiencies. Next, the SNE determines if he requires financial aid to assist with school costs. In this case, he visits the financial aid office. If the SNE does not require financial aid, it must then be determined if he has taken the SAT exam. Of specific importance is if he has scored high enough on the SAT so that he can immediately begin taking college-level courses and not developmental classes. An SNE who has not taken the SAT or with scores below the college threshold level proceeds to take a compass assessment to determine his starting level for math, English, and reading. Next, the SNE sees an advisor and enrolls in classes. Shortly after the student enrolls, he becomes a student. His computer account is augmented with a school email box. If the student is not receiving financial aid, he then proceeds to pay his tuition. Next, he buys his books and finally attends classes. Oh my, who, what, where? No wonder students are confused. The leadership at CCC approaches challenges as opportunities needing new solutions. Many of these have been previously discussed. The CCC campus has several buildings constructed before the technology-rich environment of today. Because of this, at least one building on campus relies on wireless networking. New computer labs have been discouraged. A fear is that budget constraints will limit the personnel and money available to keep computing resources current and operating at peak levels. These are real challenges and also can impact the digital signage network. This is the end of Segment 1. Please proceed to Segment 2 for more project information.